Yo, welcome back to the channel. You guys know what it is, man. So anyways, man, there is a video just came out you guys told me to check out. It's 5 times Manny Pacquiao shock boxing world, man. I did Keith Thurman yesterday and you guys told me to check out Manny because Manny just the new one just dropped, the Manny Pacquiao. So like, you know what, let's check it out. Let's see that hype, man, because you know the big fight is tonight. It is happening tonight, so make sure if you guys want to check it out, man, go subscribe to It's Kevo 2.0. I'm gonna be vlogging my day and you guys gonna see the fight as well. It's Kevo 2.0. But anyways, man, let's get to this damn video.
Gonna lose. I give the other man a chance to beat him. But if he loses, you know what? He just lost to a really good fighter.
That's it.
In boxing, every fight is important. As, after all, history has shown us repeatedly that it's the night you least expect problems that can have disastrous consequences. However, turning up on the night has never been an issue for a man fighting for the love of the sport and his people.
And his people.
Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao. From the unknown to the sport's most decorated, the small, fast Filipino has been consistently excellent throughout a 25-year professional campaign. In which case, it becomes a near impossible task to boil down some of the greatest occurrences of a man who has excelled expectation and pulled off the unthinkable time and time again.
Pacquiao. Say Pacquiao. Pacquiao should fight here. He shouldn't try to get into a boxing match with this master boxer from South Africa.
Please click thumbs up, subscribe, and press the bell button if you're new to the
No
channel.
one knew who Pacquiao was.
As we attempt to narrow down an incredible 70-fight career, showcasing 5 nights in particular that Manny Pacquiao shook the boxing world. Welcome to a Motivedia presentation.
They've got their plot in gold, man. Gold, not silver, but gold.
The first on our list is the night which initially set Pacquiao on the path to superstardom 16 years ago.
130 pounds!
Stepping in against the master technician and Hall of Famer Marco Antonio Barrera. Understandably, with his relatively unassuming resume of 21 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw, the Filipino was widely overlooked in the build-up.
Pacquiao has been prepared for what to expect from the crowd and blows kisses as they boo.
Though little did the Mexican champion know, a tornado was coming his way.
Barrera says that he sees in Pacquiao his own younger, hungry warrior self.
In his first step up to featherweight, the speed of Pacquiao stood out immediately. And with the move in weight came an increase in power, knocking Barrera down in the 6th.
Sit down for a minute.
Barrera was never going to be broken mentally, but that physical, systematic beatdown turned Manny Pacquiao into boxing's hottest prospect overnight.
Here comes Barrera's corner. Barrera's corner man is up on the apron. He's going to step into the ring. That's a good decision.
Wow.
Second, we skip forward 3 years to another elite Mexican opponent, and this time in what would be their second fight after Manny lost a unanimous decision 18 months earlier. The slick and dangerous Eric El Terrible Morales.
A very smart fight by Eric Morales so far. And he bangs Pacquiao with 2 right hands.
It is widely believed that after losing the first matchup in his first stand on pay-per-view, Pacquiao adapted his training to become the more complete fighter.
Pacquiao's going to be looking hard for people who want to face that kind of devastation.
Thus, in the rematch, with more attention to hitting the body and shot selection, the Filipino turned everything in his favor.
Shot by Pacquiao. Yep. And this crowd reacting to these 2 are warriors. This is as close as you're going to get to gladiators.
So much so that in the 10th, he managed to stop Morales for the first time in his career.
Whoa!
An
It's over.
exquisite show of heart and adaptability, we saw Pacquiao gain the experience that, no doubt, helped build him into the fighter we see today.
The prospect of Manny Pacquiao getting better is frightening to everybody at 130 pounds, maybe even up to 135. He was faster, the head movement was better, his punches were harder. I don't think I've ever seen him look any better than that.
For number 3, we look later in Pacquiao's career to what can be considered one of the most humbling, bittersweet victories of the modern era.
Come in and have the best Manny out there, because, after the fight, I don't want to hear any excuses.
Pacquiao's making excuses that he's not training, he's missing the election, all that, but you know what? To me, I think he's scared, and Freddie Roach is scared.
Not just because of the David versus Goliath comparison, where Pacquiao came in 17 pounds lighter and 6 inches smaller, but because his opponent, Antonio Margarito, had been suspended for illegally loading his hand wraps a year prior. Entering the bout with arrogance, mocking Pacquiao and his trainer Freddie Roach, the Mexican fighter expected to bully and overpower the Filipino.
Antonio Margarito has said that Manny Pacquiao better be ready for war. Pacquiao always is.
Instead, Manny hit him with every shot in the book, showcasing a beautifully violent display of speed, power, and rhythm.
He's backing Margarito up, and he's hurting him.
Winning a clear, unanimous decision to become boxing's only 8-weight world champion.
Congratulations, Manny, on another brilliant performance. That's a pretty big guy you just beat up. What was that like?
And despite claims of Pacquiao having no power, a broken orbital bone which was initially too swollen to operate on says otherwise.
I have always said I'm unbeatable at 10 stone, and I really do feel that way. Manny Pacquiao is a very, very aggressive fighter. I think everybody has been a little bit wary of his aggression. I know a man who won't be. That's me.
Number 4. Another night where fans would be able to draw comparisons between Mayweather and Pacquiao. This time based on how well they could handle a strong, aggressive, hard-hitting Brit, namely Ricky the Hitman Hatton. Where speed and power was expected to favor the Englishman, Pacquiao, in trademark style, made it an advantage of his own.
They are warrior kings with armies of fans who follow them to the battle.
It became immediately clear that it was a night that belonged to the Filipino, who dropped Hatton in the first round.
Woo! Oh my God! That wasn't the first round.
No better way, a night we will remember for its swift, brutal, picture-perfect ending. Now 49-3-2, Pacquiao solidified himself at the time as the best fighter in the world, and having dispatched 2 of Mayweather's mutual opponents in impressive style, it was around this time, with the pressure and the hype growing, that the Maypac pursuit began.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. is coming back. If he wins that fight, is that a fight you want, you and Mayweather?
Last but not least, and it was a year earlier, in fact, that Manny had beaten his other mutual opponent.
This is going to be the biggest event in boxing history. This is a global event.
In a night that many consider to be the proverbial passing of the torch in Pacquiao's greatest and most pivotal performance. Another occasion where the Filipino defied the odds by moving up 2 weight classes to face Oscar de la Hoya.
Past his prime, but still a very, very good fighter, a terrific fighter to say the least.
And that night, where the spotlight beamed its brightest, Pacquiao's ability has never looked more deadly.
And his speed has probably been a little bit of a surprise for Oscar so far.
Bundling everything he knew into one airtight performance, Manny boxed a perfect fight.
That was a good fight, man.
He can't get off these ropes here.
Landing combinations through the fight, hitting the target more and more easily as it progressed, until, after some particularly brutal middle to late rounds, Oscar decided not to come out for the night.
It's all over. The fight is stopped. It's all over.
Not his best victory on paper, but the performance as a whole was something very special. A stoppage win on the biggest stage, in a victory that, ultimately, saw the Filipino crowned the fighter of the decade.
I think the best is yet to come.
A man who has truly seen and achieved it all within the sweet science. Fighting 30 world champions, titles across 8 divisions, lineal across 5, and despite not getting the result, the biggest grossing boxing match of all time. And now, fighting into his 40s, the decorated Filipino somehow keeps us guessing, pitting himself up against an entirely new era of fighters. This time it's Keith Thurman, another young and hungry champion that comes with the same intentions as those before him. Risky, dangerous, yet inspiring. Wow. And after showing he can still cope at world level, where Manny now decides to toe the line and call it a day is truly up to him. Though one thing is for certain, history will look back kindly on boxing's Filipino superstar.
Yo, I don't know, I'm kind of speechless, man. It's like I knew Manny was going to be the better fighter, look the better fighter in the video, man. But let's stick to the video. Let's stick to that video. Okay, so I saw so many Manny Pacquiao video, man. Watching this still amazed me. Like, it honestly still amazed me because you guys see how brutal Manny Pacquiao is, man, when he fights. It's not that he's just brutal. He's fast. He's also picks his, like, he doesn't, like, what would you say? Does he pick his punches? He pick his punches, but when he gets them in, it's like 7 punches coming at you at once and you don't even realize it because it's all in there so damn fast, man. Manny looks good in all his videos, man. Manny's fights are exciting, man. I didn't know that Manny knocked that British guy out in the first round. Oh! And they said, man, a lot of people say that Manny doesn't have power, that Keith has more power, man. But clearly, man, watching this video, you know who Manny has power. All you guys been saying, Manny has power as well. Not just speed, it's speed and the power and the footwork. And the thing about it, like, his fighting style, like, no one can copy his fighting style. That's the problem. Everyone's trying to put it like, how do we deal with his fighting style? What kind of fighting style does Manny have? But no one knows the fighting style that Manny has because no one has seen a fighting style like that. So how do you deal with that? So I don't know, like, Keith's fighting style, you guys know what Keith, man, the fight's happening. Keith's fighting style is like common, like everyone sees that kind of fighting style. He said he has a more conventional fighting style. So I don't know if hopefully Keith is ready for this fighting style, man, and is ready for this fight with Manny, because I think he's gonna have a serious problem in his hand, man. You guys know that. I did a poll. It's kind of funny watching the poll, man. 3% of people think that Keith's gonna win. Only 3%. Out of 3,000 votes, man. 3,000 votes, only 3% think that Keith's gonna win. 97% say that Manny Pacquiao is gonna win. Manny Pacquiao for the win. I'm excited for that fight, man. The fight's gonna go down tonight. You guys better stay tuned, man. Go check out It's Kevo 2.0. That's where I'm gonna be broadcasting my day at the fight. So if you guys want to see the fight or how from my point of view, you guys go check out that channel. All right. Anyways, man, that's the end of the video. I'm out. Peace. See you guys tonight.
Do it! Just do it!